Today's class, I will discuss about Fourier series of functions in open interval minus LL. So, given a function in some interval, the first thing you have to do is to find out whether it is odd or even. So, a function defined in open interval minus LL is said to be odd if and only if f of minus x is same as minus of f of x, and it is even if f of minus x is same as f of x. So if you replace x by minus x, if you are getting minus f of x, it is odd. If you are getting back the same function, it is even. Now, if a function is neither odd nor even, or if you are not sure whether a function is odd or even, you have to make use of this formula. That is, f of x converges to a naught by 2 plus summation 1 to infinity a n cos of n pi by l x plus b n sine of n pi by l x, where a naught is 1 by l integral minus l to l f of x dx a n 1 by l integral minus l to l f of x cos of n pi by l x dx b n 1 by l integral minus l to l f of x sine of n pi by l x dx, where n is a positive integer. So this formula should be used when a function is neither odd nor even, or even if you are not sure whether the given function is odd or even, you can make use of this formula, Fourier expansion, along with the Fourier coefficients. And when you are using this, make sure that the angle is written in the brackets. N pi by L should be in brackets. So a naught is always associated with f of x, a n the product f of x cos, b n the product f of x sine. Now if the function is odd, then the Fourier expansion is summation bn sine of n pi by l x, where bn is 2 by l integral 0 to l f of x sine of n pi by l x dx, where n is a positive integer. If a function is even in the open interval minus l l, then if the Fourier expansion is a naught by 2 plus summation 1 to infinity a n cos of n pi by l x, where a naught is 2 by l integral 0 to l f of x dx a n 2 by l integral 0 to l f of x cos of n pi by l x dx, where n is a positive integer. So even functions, it will have only a naught and a n. Odd functions will have only b n. Now we'll discuss a problem in open interval minus l l. The question is, find the Fourier expansion of f of x equals sin ax, where a is not an integer, in open interval minus l l. So sin of ax. So if you don't have this condition a not in z, it is should be taken as a belonging to z. In case if you are not given the condition a not in z, you take it for granted that a is an integer. So now you are given a function in open interval minus l l. Check whether it is odd or even. So you know that sine function is an odd function. So if you replace x by minus x, sine of minus ax, that is minus sine ax, that is minus f of x. So you know that sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So f of x is an odd function in open interval minus l l. So now you write the Fourier expansion of the odd function in open interval minus l l as summation bn sine of n pi by l x, where bn 2 by l integral 0 to l f of x sine of n pi by l x dx, where n is a positive integer. So f of x is sine ax from 0 to l. So 2 by n integral 0 to l sin ax sine of n pi by l x dx. Then bring 2 inside, 1 by l integral 0 to l 2 sin ax sine of n pi by l x dx. So it is of the form 2 sin a sin b. So 2 sin a sin b is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. So it is to be noted that n is a positive integer and a is not an integer. Now I have rewritten that Bn is 1 by L integral 0 to L 2 times sine of Ax sine of n pi by Lx dx. So it is same as cos of A minus B. So cos of n pi by Lx minus Ax minus cos of A plus B, n pi by Lx plus Ax. So you can take this also as A or this also as A. So A can be n pi by L or n pi by Lx or Ax. So cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. So the next step, Bn 1 by L integral 0 to L cos of n pi by L minus 8 into x minus 1 by L integral 0 to L cos of n pi by L plus a x dx. So I have split into two integrals. So integral cos is sine. So sine of n pi by L minus a x by the coefficient of x, that is n pi by L minus a, from 0 to L minus 1 by L integral cos sine of n pi by L plus a x by n pi by L plus a from 0 to L. So then sine 0 is 0. So both the terms are 0 for the lower limits. So we only have to find for the upper limit. So 1 by L, 1 by n pi by L minus a into sine of n pi by L minus a into L minus 1 by L, 1 by n pi by L plus a sine of n pi by L plus a into sine of n pi plus al by L into L. So I have taken 1 by L outside, 1 by n pi by L minus a outside. In the angle sine of n pi minus al by L into L. And here 1 by L, 1 by n pi by L plus a into sine of n pi by L plus a plus n pi plus al by L into L. So in the next step, 1 by L, I have taken the reciprocal. See, what is this? This is same as n pi minus al by L. So L is taken to the numerator. Here also n pi plus al by L, L is taken to the numerator. So it is 1 by L, L by n pi minus al, sine of n pi minus al minus 1 by L, L by n pi plus al, sine of n pi plus al. So L gets cancelled. So this term is sine of a minus b, sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, and here sine of a plus b, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So n is an integer, so sine n pi is 0. So these two terms are zeros. The first term and the third term are zeros. So you only have to simplify these two, the second and the last. So what is the second term? Minus 1 by n pi minus al into cos of n pi sin al, and here minus 1 by n pi plus al cos n pi into sin al. I repeat, sin n pi is 0 and you only have these two terms. So minus 1 by n pi minus al into cos n pi sin al, and here minus 1 by n pi plus al into cos n pi sin al. Now, in both the terms, minus cos n pi sin al is common. So, into 1 by n pi minus al plus 1 by n pi plus al. Now, the LCM is n pi minus al into n pi plus al. So, it is of the form a minus b into a plus b. That is a square minus b square. So, n pi whole square minus al square. So, within the bracket, you have n pi plus al here and plus n pi minus al. So, al gets cancelled. So, you'll get 2n pi by n pi the whole square minus al the whole square. And here cos n pi is minus 1 whole power n. Minus into minus 1 whole power n is minus 1 whole power n plus 1. 2n pi sin al by n square pi square minus a square l square, where n is a positive integer. So I repeat, here we have used sine of a minus b, sine of a plus b formula, sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Since sin n pi is 0, these two terms are zeros. We have only these two terms. So in both the terms, cos n pi sin AL minus 1 is common. So that is taken out. So inside you have 1 by n pi minus AL plus 1 by n pi plus AL. So this is of the form a minus b into a plus b. So the LCM is a square minus b square. So cos n pi minus 1 whole power n, and here it is minus. So minus 1 whole power n plus 1 sin AL 2n pi by n pi the whole square minus AL square, where n is a positive integer. So now that we have got Bn, if I write the Fourier expansion f of x summation Bn sine of n pi by Lx. So what is Bn? Minus 1 whole power n plus 1, 2n pi by n square pi square minus a square L square sine Al sine of n pi by Lx. The summation is only for n. I have told you, if you don't write the limits of summation, it is understood that n varies from 1 to infinity. So I am taken 2 pi sine Al outside, and summation 1 to infinity n times minus 1 whole power n plus 1 by n square pi square minus a square L square sine of n pi by Lx. So this is a Fourier expansion of sin Ax in the interval minus L. Now we will see another problem in the same interval. In the interval minus L. Expand the function f of x given by f of x equals 1 plus 2x in minus 3 to 0, 1 minus 2x from 0 to 3. So f of x is defined in open interval minus 3, 3 as in two forms: 1 plus 2x in my open interval minus 3, 0, 1 minus 2x in open interval 0, 3. So first thing, replace x by minus x. So if you replace x by minus x, this term is 1 minus 2x and this term is 1 plus 2x. So you're getting back the same function. So when you replace x by minus x, you're getting 1 minus 2x here, 1 plus 2x here, so which is same as the given function. Only the order is different. So if you're getting back the same function, it is an even function. So first thing, given a function in some interval, you have to find out whether it is odd or even. So here we have come to know that f of x is an even function. You can also find from the graph f of x equals 1 plus 2x from minus 3 to 0. So at x equals, so 1 plus 2x is a first degree equation. It is a straight line. So at x equals 0, f of x is 1. At x equals minus 3, f of x is 1 minus 6 minus 5. So it is a straight line. To plot a straight line, it's enough if you have 2 points. So take the n points. At x equals 0, 1. At x equals minus 3, it is minus 5. Similarly, f of x equals 1 minus 2x in open interval 0, 3. This is also a straight line because it is a first degree equation. At x equals 0, it is 1. At x equals 3, it is minus 5. So the points are 0, 1, minus 3, minus 5, 3, minus 5. 0, 1, minus 3, minus 5, 3, minus 5. So 0, 1, minus 3, minus 5 are for this straight line 1 plus 2x. 0, 1 and 3 minus 5 are for this straight line 1 minus 2x. So that is what we have here. And they cut the x-axis at minus 3, 0 here, and minus half 0 here and plus half 0. They meet the x-axis at minus half 0, and here this point is half 0. So from the graph, it is clear that it is symmetric about the y-axis. Therefore, it is an even function. So in problems, you can even sketch the graph. It is not a must. If at all they will ask for simple function, straight line parabola. They will not ask for complicated things, complicated functions. So if you can't find from the definition, you can sketch the graph and find whether it is odd or even. Now that we have come to know that f of x is symmetric about the y-axis, it is an even function in the interval minus 3, 3. So write the formula for Fourier expansion of even function. What is it? A naught by 2 plus summation 1 to infinity an cos of n pi by l x, where a naught 2 by l 0 to l f of x dx an 2 by l integral 0 to l f of x cos of n pi by l x dx, where n is a positive integer. So here l is 3. So a naught 2 by 3 integral 0 to 3. What is f of x from 0 to 3? You can f of x from 0 to 3 is 1 minus 2x. From 0 to 3 it is 1 minus 2x. So you have 2 by 3 integral 0 to 3 1 minus 2x dx. Integral 1 into dx is x. Integral x is x square by 2. So x minus 2 times x square by 2. X from 0 to 3. So 2 by 3 of 3 minus 2 gets cancelled. 3 square. So 2 by 3 of 3 minus 9, that is 2 by 3 of minus 6 minus 4. So the Fourier coefficient or the Euler's constant a naught is minus 4. Now coming to an, what is the formula? 2 by l integral 0 to l f of x cos of n pi by l x dx. L is 3. So 2 by 3 integral 0 to 3 f of x is 1 minus 2x cos of n pi by 3 x dx. So in an and bn, you will be using Bernoulli rule. U is always the polynomial function, v is the other function. So u is 1 minus 2x, v is cos of n pi by 3x. So u v1. So 1 minus 2x into integral cos sine of n pi by 3x by the coefficient of x n pi by 3 minus the derivative of u, the derivative of 1 minus 2x minus 2 integral sine minus cos of n pi by 3x by n pi by 3 whole square x from 0 to 3. So in the next step 2 by 3, and this term if you take the sine function, when x takes the upper limit 3, you will get sine n pi. When x takes the upper limit 3, 3 gets cancelled, you will get sine n pi, which is 0. When x takes a lower limit 0, sine 0 is 0. So the first term is 0 for both the limits. The second term, you have 3 negative signs, so minus 2 times. If you take the reciprocal of this, 9 by n square pi square into, if x takes the upper limit 3, cos n pi. If x takes the lower limit 0, cos 0. I repeat, when x takes the upper limit 3, sine of n pi by 3 into 3, that is sine n pi, 0. When x takes the lower limit 0, sine 0 is 0. So the first term is 0 for both the limits. Now second term, there are 3 negative signs. So minus 2 into, what is this? N square pi square by 9. Take the reciprocal, minus 2 into 9 by n square pi square. If x is 3, cos of n pi by 3 into 3, cos n pi. If x is 0, cos 0. So 2 by 3 into minus 18 by n square pi square. Cos n pi is minus 1 whole power n, cos 0, 1. And here minus 36 by 3 is minus 12 by n square pi square, minus 1 whole power n minus 1. Take minus inside. So an is 12 by pi square, 1 minus minus 1 whole power n by n square, where n is a positive integer. So I have told you, whenever you have this combination 1 plus or minus minus 1 whole power n, whenever you have this combination 1 plus or minus minus 1 whole power n, you have to discuss two cases, odd and even. So if n is even, so let's say n is 2, minus 1 whole square is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So if n is even, an is 0. This term is 0. So an is 0. If n is odd, so let's say n is 1. 1 minus of minus 1 is 2. So if n is odd, you have 12 by pi square into this term will be 2, this term is 2, so 2 by n square. If n is odd, say let's say n is 1, 1 minus of minus 1 is 2, so 12 by pi square into 2 by n square, 24 by pi square n square. So we have come to know that an exists only when n is odd. Now write the formula f of x a naught by 2 plus summation 1 to infinity an cos of n pi by 3x. What is a naught? Minus 4. So minus 4 by 2 plus summation. You know that an exists only when n is odd. So 1, 3, 5, etc. to infinity. 24 by pi square n square cos of n pi by 3x. In the next step, minus 4 by 2 plus 24 by pi square. Take it out. Summation 1, 3, 5, etc. to infinity 1 by n square cos of n pi by 3x. Now, the next step. So, this is a Fourier expansion. So, we have expanded the given function as the sum of cosine waves. What is a graph of the given function? It is a triangular wave. It is a triangular wave. It is expressed as series of cosine waves. It is expressed as series of cosine waves. F of x is a triangular wave. It is expressed as series of cosine waves where n is odd. Now you are asked to deduce summation 1 by 2n minus 1 whole square as pi square by 8. So whenever you are asked to prove something, show something, deduce something, take the Fourier expansion as 1, and whatever you have to prove, take it as 2. Now you compare the series part, summation part. So I have ticked those summation part. This is a summation part in 1. This is a summation part in 2. So you have to guess the value of x. So what is this 1 by n square when n is odd? And what is it? 2n minus 1 whole square is also odd. 1 by 2n minus 1 whole square. It is 1. It is also the denominator is square of odd numbers. So they are same. So you only have to eliminate cosine function. So in all the problems, you will be eliminating cosine or sine. So what should be x to get this summation? What should be x to get this summation? So cos 0 is 1. So x is 0. After finding the point, check whether it belongs to the interval. So x equals 0 belongs to the given interval minus 3, 3. So compare the summation part, find the point x. After finding the point, check whether it belongs to the interval. So here it is in the interval minus 3, 3. If it doesn't belong to the interval, you should not take that point. Suppose if it doesn't belong to the interval, you should not take that point. See, we cannot take x as 2 pi or pi by 2 or pi because the interval is minus 3, 3. You can take only the constants which lies between minus 3 and 3. So for you will get the point only by trial and error. After finding the point, check whether it belongs to the interval. Then here it belongs. If it doesn't belong to the interval, you should try with other points. Now that it belongs to the interval, check whether f of x is defined. So what is f of x at x equals 0? 1. What is f of x at x equals 0? At x equals 0, f of x is 1. So the function is defined at x equals 0. So that means it is continuous. So only if it is defined, you should go ahead with the substitution. So since f of x is defined at x equals 0, that is f of 0 equals 1, you can go ahead with the substitution. Put x equals 0 in 1. Put x equals 0 in this Fourier expansion. So f of 0 equals minus 2 plus 24 by pi square summation 1 by n square where n equals 135 etc. to infinity cos 0. So the next step, f of 0 is 1 minus 2 plus 24 by pi square summation n equals 135 etc. to infinity 1 by n square. Take minus 2 to the left side. 3 equals 24 by pi square summation. Now 1 by n square where n equals 135 etc. means n is odd. So when n is odd, you can replace n by 2n minus 1. So 24 by pi square summation 1 to infinity 1 by 2n minus 1 whole square, or cross multiplying 3 pi square by 24 is summation 1 by 2n minus 1 whole square, or summation 1 by 2n minus 1 whole square is pi square by 8. So we have got sum to infinity of this series, that is 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square plus etc. We have got it as pi square by 8. So one of the applications of Fourier series is used to find sum to infinity of a series. Whatever be the function, whatever be the interval, you will get the answer as pi square by 8. You can find the sum to infinity with Fourier expansion of any function in any interval. You will get the answer as pi square by 8. And also in every problem you have the Gibbs phenomena. See, what do you mean by this? F of x, that is a triangular wave, is expressed as sum of the cosine waves. So the triangular wave will coincide with a series of cosine waves for some n. We don't know for what value of n it happens. So since we don't know that, we say f of x converges to, f of x is closer and closer to the right side. Even though you write equal to, it doesn't mean that it is equal to. It is closer and closer to this right side. That is, the triangular wave is closer and closer to the series of cosine waves. This is what we call it as Gibbs phenomena. Gibbs phenomena led to the development of Fourier series.